Hello and welcome to Zasaa Zooms In. Today's conversation was with three of my girls, Dele, Joke, and Shade. We had a conversation about friendship. The four of us are really close friends, but the four of us have other friendship groups that we have nothing to do with. And it works well for us. There's never been an issue of jealousy, of competition, of anything. It just works well. I know that Dilly has her friends, Shade has her friends, Joke has her friends, we are friends, we're cool. Shade and I are friends separately, Joke and I are friends separately, Dilly and I are friends separately, but as a group, we're friends. Never been an issue. And so our conversation was about friendship and how it works, how we are where we are, and just, what is friendship? How do we see friendship, and who can be a friend? So to speak. Anyway, this is what we had to say. Hello and welcome to Zasaa Zooms In. I've got some friends with me today.
Yes.
Shade.
Aya baby.
Aya baby. Joke. Joxy.
Hello.
And Dele Rosie.
Yeah.
Rosie. Rosie.
Where's the Rosie from?
It's my husband that gave her the name. And
That's
I don't
fine.
know. She's
It's
always
not
looking-
Rosie.
Yeah,
It's
it's
always
Rosie.
It's always looking rosy.
Oh.
I think that was why, wasn't it?
Yeah.
She looks here. I would have thought that would be Rosie.
Yeah.
not Rosie.
Rosie.
She says so Rosie.
Rosie.
So
Yeah.
today, what are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about friendship. And the reason I wanted to talk about this is because we have a friendship group. Or each of us have other friendship groups. And I don't know if it's rare, whether we're unique, or whether... Do you think it's rare? I don't know whether it's the norm. For me, it's very normal. I have many friendships.
Yeah.
I think it's
Because I
normal.
don't
I think
know.
it's normal.
You think it's normal?
Yeah.
So, okay, let's start off with what is friendship? What do you think friendship is? What's friendship to you? You can't go quiet.
Friendship is being with people that I'm comfortable with.
Yeah.
People that I can be myself with. I can laugh, I can talk, and be myself really. That's for me is friendship.
Shared
Friendship.
interests.
Shared interest. Do you think that's necessary in friendship?
Not necessary, but I think it also
Helps.
brings people together. At least initially.
Okay,
Like
yeah,
the shared
fair
interest
enough.
can
Yeah.
bring people together, and then the friendship can grow from that.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you?
For me, I would probably say sisterhood.
So then you see, but that's almost like assuming that your friends are female.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, actually yeah. That's
But you have
another
male friends,
angle.
don't you? You do have male friends.
Oh yes, of
Yeah,
course I do.
okay,
Yes.
right.
Actually,
Yeah,
I
sisters.
don't.
Yeah.
Come
You
to
don't
think-
have male
You
friends.
don't.
I have, because I was in the sorority when I was in America, so I
Yeah.
have male people that I speak to, but not as much after marriage, which is strange. Isn't
Okay.
It?
Oh, I've got
Because I
male
don't
friends.
think I have.
And that's it. That's this
Yeah.
friendship thing. Like we said, it can
Yeah.
go in so many. So
Yeah.
let's
Yeah.
try.
I'm just even thinking, I don't have like a male friend.
Really?
Yeah.
You
I
see,
have
and
male
most of my
friends.
friends, I mean, it's Christianity that forced me to make female friends because I don't like women. No, I do now, but you know what I mean? Like growing up, women were just
Too much stress.
They were just too much
Yeah.
stress, too much going. And they say I think like a man, so maybe that's partly why.
Yeah.
But I just found it so much drama, so much. So
I
my
wouldn't say
closest
drama.
friends growing up were male.
Same
I
here.
still have a
Actually-
very close lot of
Yeah.
male friends,
Oh,
and there's no
okay.
way because people were saying like I have another friend whose husband strategically got rid of all her male friends. Do you
Yeah.
know what I mean? My husband couldn't have tried. Then he might have
Yeah.
married, he should have married somebody else.
Yeah.
Because I cannot imagine not having my male friends.
Yeah.
It's just a completely different vibe
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
the female.
Yeah.
Different, yeah. Same here actually. I mean, growing up, so in my teens, I had loads of male friends. Obviously, when I started dating Tunde, things changed. And I think what happened was my male friends then became
Became
Tunde's
his friends.
friends.
It
You know?
just happened to
So
me.
yeah, but I'm still in touch with my male friends. Tunde is very comfortable with them. Doesn't have any issues at all. Yeah. So but it's a different relationship actually. Your girlfriends and your male friends
Yeah.
totally different.
Oh yeah.
The kind of combos you have is different completely. The kind of yeah.
I know we're having this conversation when we went away recently about how it's so important to have female friends.
Yeah.
Because the power, I think what God put in women is, like that's why I said I didn't like women. I don't particularly still like women, but I appreciate I appreciate what is in us. And
Yeah.
when the sisterhood comes together, the
Yes.
strength and the power.
Oh,
as
yeah.
long as it's genuine. Because the
Yes.
problem is we can be so destructive.
That's the key word.
Yeah.
Like,
Genuine.
you know what I mean? We can be so destructive. So
Yeah.
as good as the power is, it is
Yeah.
bad.
Yes.
If we're
Yeah.
not, you know what I mean? But I just think that the power of sisterhood is unrivaled. What
Yeah.
women can do when they're
together.
in
I
the
agree.
right, you know, it's
I
just.
agree.
And sometimes I think I was saying to Shade on our way here that there's a friend of mine who is, well, she's a new friend, if you like, and she's kind of joined one of my friend groups, and I'm like, didn't you have any female friends before? Like, I can't get my head round because she's very much involved, but she's so active and she's loving it, which I get, but I'm just like, did you know how
Or maybe she had and she was never comfortable in that.
exactly.
You know, and maybe when she's not joined the group, she actually feels more at home, more
I
relaxed.
don't even want to ask the question because I think it's a strange question to ask, and it might seem like I don't want her to be
Yeah.
part of
Yeah.
it. So I haven't asked the question. But I every time we're together, I watch her and I just feel like, okay, well, you know, at least she's enjoying it with us. But, you know,
So your group must be fun for her to be feeling for. Yeah.
I'm in the group, like, you know, of course. Okay, so sisterhood.
Yeah.
Outside of this sisterhood, do you guys have another sisterhood?
Yes, I do. In fact, I've got loads of sisters.
I even think that, you know, I was telling my daughter the other day that you have to have lots of different types of friends because
Definitely.
each friendship group answers a different
Needs.
in
Yeah.
you.
So can I now ask the question? Are you saying that friendship is about need then?
Not necessarily. I'm just saying that you gravitate towards people because of something within you that wants what they're offering on a base level. I mean, it's not as if you're like going around thinking, okay, I can get
This one will give me money. This one will give me bags. This one will give me.
I know there's some women that are doing
Because
that.
they're just making
But they're not genuine. They're not. Those are not genuine
There's
friendships.
so many dimensions
That's
to
it.
us.
Yeah.
You know, like, I mean, sometimes I look at some of your pictures, I was thinking, for crying out loud, where did she get all this? I won't say it, but she knows what I mean. You know, lovely people, but I'm just thinking,
No, I pick up strays. They say this all the time. I pick up strays. Everyone.
Should we go there?
Effectively, because I mean, I'm not that nobody's a stray, but effectively, I will befriend anybody. And I think that's just
true.
yeah, well,
maybe
true.
not.
That
So
is
that's,
true.
That's what
Yeah.
people say. Yeah. So that's what people say. So obviously, you see people that we have nothing, or we seemingly have nothing. You see, you know what my base is. We are human beings.
Yeah.
So for me, I have something in common with everybody.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't start at that base. So
Yeah.
what do people have in common?
Yeah.
So so I get it when they're like, you know. But yeah, I got.
And I think with friendship, there's trust. So maybe you're a very trusting person, so people gravitate because people can sense if you can be trusted or not.
Yeah.
Or if you have a barrier before you meet them, people can sense if you're open or closed.
Yeah.
I think some people are open and some
Some
people
people are close. Yes.
Well, you know, it's funny you say that because I always used to wonder why I would meet someone on the street and they tell me their life story. You know, somebody I don't know, and I'm like, why are they telling me how their son died of cancer? You know, like deep stuff, and I'm thinking, what am I supposed to do with this information? Well, maybe it's that
Trust.
open.
It's about trust, and I think that's the thing about friendship, isn't it? It's like trust. When you trust someone,
Isn't that what we were saying in the car? No, we were talking about a particular girl, and I was like, don't trust her. She's fine. I have nothing but
There's that intuition that you're thinking.
I don't trust her. And she's not done anything for me to say that I don't
just
trust her.
sense
But
it.
in my heart, I'm just like, not sure about you. Yes, you know.
So let's just do it.
We can be friends, but it's never going to be anything
Yeah.
to get you. Okay, so sisterhood. So you all have different sisterhood groups. Have you always had sister? You said you had male friends before. So did you ever have male friends?
yeah, I did when I was younger. But let me rewind because my parents were quite strict, so I didn't have from the age of 13 to maybe 20 something. I didn't have many male friends because the cage was closed.
Don't even
go there. But then when I went to university, I then had male friends. But then when I moved, because I've done a lot of moving, when I moved here and got married, then
So why didn't you keep in touch with your male friends?
Your male friend. Was it deliberate or not? Because you see, this friend that I was talking about, she said that she realized, and she didn't know at the time, but she realized that her husband had just little by little.
Really?
You know, not. I mean, I don't even know if it was deliberate or side or what, but she just suddenly realized that all her male friends were no longer.
So do you think as the woman, you should actually make more effort so that your husband actually feels more at ease with your male friends?
I think.
Well, yes, I think
understand?
definitely when you get together,
I think so.
because they have to know that they're not a threat to them.
Exactly.
So if you are not doing anything to do that. They might always see, and you know, there's something with my male friends. When my male friends get married, I back off. For them to know, because you know, there's something about somebody knowing your husband better than you. Longer than you. So I've known him since he was 2. And you now come and meet him at 25. There's stuff I have on him, not you know, not in that way, but you know, a woman could feel threatened by that. So I'm always very careful to first back off and then befriend the wife.
Even the reverse as well, you know, sometimes, you know, Tunde had female friends before he met me. And I remember, you know, when I met his female friends, you know, there's always this, you know, bragging about, you know, I know more about baby than you do. So they will now want to go down history, you know, I remember Tunde, you know, 15 years ago, you know, and I'll be thinking, okay, I'm not involved in this 15 years ago, so what am I, why am I, you know?
But you see, you make a point here, it's a woman that
it's a
woman.
Yeah,
a man will not say that. I knew.
I'm telling you.
They would, because that's a female thing to almost like, I don't know,
It's like
territorial,
I don't think a man would ever
no.
say, I mean, they might in a conversation where it makes sense, but
Yes,
not just
bragging.
I've known her for whatever, because I think it's so I think it is important, and there's some of my male friends' wives that we haven't gone on to be friends.
So you didn't really click, or
well, either they weren't open or we just hadn't had the opportunity. You know what I mean? But I'm still friends with the husband, but it's slightly different because I can't be as close and as free with him
as with the wife.
Because I don't want the wife to, especially since I've been there before. So I think, you know, friendships do take different, I guess, at different times.
And when it's like of the other opposite sex, I think it's a bit more, especially after marriage, I think it becomes a bit more difficult to handle. Maybe.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
It's
how you deal with it.
But then you still have to have a way to deal with it.
But if the friendship was just friendship, I don't think that.
I see what you're saying. That the boundaries were clear. That
we're just friends. I don't think there should be any problem because you're now married. If there was like blurred lines, then there's a different.
Well, obviously, if the guy had an interest in you before you got married, then obviously that's a different scenario. But if you were friends, But what do you think?
Well, I don't have an experience.
You have a scenario, or
I said I don't have experience in the male, like having a male friend after marriage. Because I'm even thinking all the male friends I have, they're actually going as friends. As in, so it's not as if.
So they're not your friends. They're going as friends.
Yeah. So
are you friends with them now separately? Like, do you have a separate relationship with them?
No.
So they're not your friends then.
They are, as in, they're friends of the couple. So I mean, I will call them, but it's not like
there's no gist.
But even if you call them, I guess you can't. You know, you probably just about things that are common. You
I
know,
will be like, you know, I don't know. I don't know how to explain.
But what Nike and I are saying actually is totally different.
Yeah,
I will call my male friend, and we'll talk about
them.
No, you didn't even necessarily grow up with them, but they're male friends.
Yeah. So, but when did you meet them? Before marriage.
I mean, when I was at college.
Most before, but some after.
Yeah. Remember Junior passed away years ago. Junior was we were very, very close, you know. I mean, very close. Junior came for our wedding then, you know. Tunde knew Junior before he passed away. When Junior was ill, I would go and visit him. He was married, you know. Kunlo is another good example. I mean, I met Kunlo through Tunde. And at some point, I'll probably say even Kunlo and I even became closer than Tunde, obviously because, you know, being a female person anyway, you know, so.
You met Tunde through Kunlo.
I met Tunde through Kunlo.
I know.
I met Tunde through Kunlo, sorry. I met Tunde through, but
they both knew Tunde Kunlo separately.
Okay. And then Kunlo introduced
you. Oh, yes. I met Kunlo separately outside of Tunde. But then I met Tunde through Kunlo.
Okay.
Yeah. Obviously, Kunlo introduced Tunde to me. Yeah. So, you know, so there'll be days that Kunlo will call me and Tunde will be at home and Kunlo and I will be gisting, you know, and, you know, Tunde, that was Kunlo on the phone, you know, and Tunde will not even ask me, so what are you guys talking about? You know, so there's no threat, there's nothing. And there'll be days that Kunlo will call Tunde and they will have their usual guy gist that is outside of me. And there'll be days that Kunlo will call. Tunde and I will be on the phone together talking to him, you know, so I will have a conversation with him. Tunde will, you know, separately, and then both of us together will also, you know.
It's interesting because I think, I mean, that's a classic example of, but you see, he was your friend first. Before marriage. So that's a classic example of how they now became friends together.
The couple.
So how did you meet her?
through him.
I met Billy through cool.
Yeah, and she gave me the cold shoulder.
I
Before you accepted me as friend.
Wait, this girl
No, it was just like, is this what I stand for our friend?
But you're not
And
a
our
very
friend-
friendly person.
And our friend has been hurt in the past, so let us
Okay,
break
But I was never like that, Dilly. Never. I wasn't like
We
that.
were not outright like that, but
Yes.
there was
I
a
think we're
sense.
protecting Kulo.
Exactly. Yeah, you are protecting. That's what I'm saying.
Natural.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you are protecting
Okay.
people. So
Yeah.
it took a while before.
You could break into
Then they
that.
saw the good person that I am.
Yes.
Then she walked to me and she was like,
Okay.
okay,
Okay,
this guy is
And then now guess what? Kulo now became a threat. Oh, is that the right thing?
No, you now felt
Like,
felt
yeah,
threatened by
not
your
threatened by our relationship.
Yeah.
Ashade, I'm your friend now, so this one, why are you now party?
Yeah, but that is a good. Yeah,
example.
that's a perfect
Yeah.
example of how did you deliberately, because this is like
Okay,
your,
yes, okay.
your husband's friend's wife.
Yeah.
Did
Yeah.
you deliberately go out of the way to befriend your husband's friend's wife, or did it just happen that you guys clicked?
Yeah.
I think it just happened kind of person that I am really. Even if we didn't click, I would have made it. It would have been deliberate for me to be friends with her because I won't want a case where, our husband is Tunde's friends and we're just cordial. You
So
understand?
the friendship between Tunde and him was quite tight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so they will hang
Yeah.
out, so that would have just been awkward.
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. So I think it's important too.
Yeah.
Personally, because I just think it makes it easier.
Yes.
And to be fair, you might get a good friend out of it.
Yeah.
In the end,
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Or even if you don't, you should be able to have a decent enough friendship with any
Yes.
woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
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 You know what I mean?
I think
Definitely,
so,
you should be
yeah.
big
Yeah,
enough
I
to be
agree.
able to do that. Even
Yeah.
if you're not particularly our type, you're not particularly kind, whatever, you should be able to
Yeah.
have a decent enough
Yeah,
relationship.
yeah.
So I think, but if somebody is living so closely with another person,
Yeah.
and I'm quite close to one person, then
It makes
I
sense.
Yeah,
you don't need to be best friends.
Exactly.
But at least we
Yeah.
can hang out together and know that we'll have
Exactly.
I mean, and funny enough, just like my other friend is Elena too. Elena and I are friends. But first, in a way now, Tunde is now friends with Elena's husband.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Even though it was Elena and I that were initially friends, but and all my female friends now, Tunde are actually friends with their hobbies now.
Yeah.
You know?
He's not friends with my husband.
I'm not sure. If Tunde says that there's a way they actually take over
His friendships.
his friendships. I mean, I think they genuinely just warm up to me anyway. I mean, we just been on a cruise now. All those guys, I didn't know them until Tunde turned 50, really, 4 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew of them, but I didn't, I wasn't close to them at all until Tunde turned 50. And remember, they all came up when we did that recreation picture, and that was when the relationship grew. So we've all gone on this cruise together, and you would think that I've been part of their life, for 50 years.
But it's a good thing.
It is,
Yes.
It's
yeah.
a good thing.
Because that trip, for instance, for you would have been extremely boring.
If you
If
didn't,
you
yeah,
were not able to gel into that, because they all knew each other, they've always hung out together.
Yeah.
You were practically the newbie
Yeah.
in there.
In fact, two of us actually,
Yeah.
and the way it all turned out, I think in fact, most of them even call me now before they even call Tunde now, they're like, we know Tunde doesn't answer his call, so they just speak to Shadi.
Today is like me then.
Yeah.
Okay, so question. We've established, and you two actually, you have male friends.
Oh, yeah, I do.
Yeah.
So we've established that, can a man and a woman be friends, platonic friends? Is it possible? Because I hear this all the time.
100%.
There's
Yes.
no way.
It's possible.
Possible.
100%.
But there needs to be clear boundaries.
I agree that they need to
Yeah,
be clear boundaries, but I still think that even without, can you
So
mute
that's
your phone?
that's my Sky News notifying me. There's breaking news. Breaking news from Sky and BBC.
I agree that in every relationship there should be
Oh
clear
yeah,
boundaries.
true.
Yeah.
We're
But
not made of, yeah.
What I wanted to pull up here is that because you said yes, if there are clear boundaries, do you not think that there can be platonic relationship without the clear boundaries? I mean, I think clear boundaries are essential anyway, but I'm just interested in the fact that you said as long as there are clear boundaries.
Yeah, the reason I'm saying that is because with male and female, especially after marriage, there has to be clear boundaries and understanding about where each relationship sits and the loyalties to the relationship. Just like what you were saying, that you became friends with the wife, it's like each person has to understand what purpose that relationship is playing and also respect what position that relationship is in the other person's life, and it has to be clear.
I think Doka is very deep.
Yes,
I think so. Please, I think Doka is taking this. Maybe I think Doka is taking this thing too deep. No, hold on. I have a male
But
friend
guess what?
that
Guess
my
what?
husband
It's
knows
not- I
about.
don't have a male friend.
That's why.
that's-
So
so-
you're very technical about it.
Yeah.
So because you
No.
guys do,
Yeah.
So and remember, like I said, I didn't grow up with a lot of male people that I was friends with. So of course I'm looking at it.
So it should be, yeah.
Because for me, I don't know what's the boundary that we're creating.
Well, so you see, I think Joke is thinking, so that's why I asked this question, because I think a lot of people do what Joke do. They're thinking he's male, she's female. There's bound to be an attraction at some point. Therefore, the boundary.
Not necessarily.
No, necessarily. But I'm thinking that's where she's coming from. Because a lot of people, when they say that you can't have platonic relationships, male and female, it's because they think at some point one of you is going to fancy the other one. Or is going to, the boundaries will cross.
Mm-hmm.
Or even not necessarily the fancying, but also I'm talking about after marriage. If there's some blur, not even the what's that English word? The thing that looks as if it's fancying, but it's not fancying.
What is that thing that looks like
So it's
fancy
like-
but not fancy?
Like,
I'm listening to
like,
you.
But for example, if I'm holding like, I'm
no, the
holding
person
baby's
doesn't
hand
even
walking down
like
the
you
street.
in that way, but your spouse might look at it that way. So maybe you know how where girls just lying down on Sade or it's just something very cool.
Yeah.
But with a guy, it might be seen as something else.
Not necessarily.
That's why I said it
By
might.
the
might.
spouse, you mean?
Yeah.
By the
But
spouse.
that's down to us to let the spouse
why I
understand how
said
the relationship
the
is like.
clear
Yeah.
So
boundaries.
but that's not really
See,
clear boundaries.
no.
That's just
It's not
if
about
Wale
like-
knows how I am with baby. In fact, I said this. Who was I saying it to? Oh, it was one of my other friends from Kenya. I was talking to yesterday. I said we were talking about sexual harassment because of something that had been online, and I said, for me, there's certain people like I know I do it to baby. I'm talking to him and I'll put my hand on his thigh,
Really?
and I don't think anything about it.
Well, you
That
shouldn't.
but what I'm saying is, but if it was unwanted, because going by the definition of sexual harassment, if it was unwanted, then I could be seen to be sexual. And if he did that to me, not he, but if a man did that to me, it could potentially be seen as So I was saying to her, I said, I hear what you're saying, but depending on the relationship, sometimes because I'm very touchy.
I'm very touchy.
Exactly what you just described
I'm
now.
very touchy.
For instance, exactly what you just described now. I was with Maureen and Jeff 2 days ago.
In fact, that's a good example.
We sat
Peter
on
and
the
Jeff.
we sat on the sofa.
Yeah.
So Jeff was here. I was in between the two of
Jeff
them.
is Maureen's
Jeff is
husband.
Maureen's husband. And we're talking, and just like that, we said something, and Jeff was, was emphasizing something, and he thought, it was no big deal. That's just Jeff is that is very touchy, whatnot, and I got that he was just trying to emphasize something, and I was just sitting right next to him. If Maureen was once sitting there, that's exactly the same thing we would have done anyway. So I would have seen that as
You have to, as the person who has now married, has to.
Yeah.
So when my husband knows that, baby is very touchy-feely, and baby and I are close. So if he's touching me,
It's
depending
not
on,
any,
you know what I mean?
exactly.
Depending
But
on
those
the-
boundaries now. No,
Okay, so
And
but not necessarily-
also, isn't it more about obviously your own confidence as well? I don't know. Do you understand what I'm
But
saying?
yes, I guess what Joker is coming from. I guess even though your husband knows that that's how you and your male friend are, he just might not completely feel comfortable with it. Not because he has any issues with his confidence, but just might not feel comfortable or like the fact that another man is touching his wife's thigh.
Yeah.
So it's not. It has nothing to do with his confidence or that.
We are not married to those men.
Yeah, I know. I get what you're saying. I know.
And
But I'm not like that. I'm just I'd rather it doesn't touch you.
But I do get
but-
the point that there's an element of what
There's
how
a
things
question
may look.
mark.
No,
Yeah.
how things may look.
Like,
So for example, Wale might be okay with it, but somebody else looking on might.
Yeah.
Oh,
mean
who
something
cares about
else.
the other
No,
people?
what I mean is that it's like how depending on how
it's more about how Wale perceives
Yes.
it.
Yes.
Yeah.
How Wale
If
perceives
Wale
it,
is okay with it, then
And that's fine.
If other people think that that's
I think
the
it's down
whole-
to you
and
your
your spouse
Yeah,
and the other
and the other
person.
person. If everybody in the relationship is comfortable and there's no big deal, then I don't see why it should be seen as anything. But everybody has to be comfortable with it.
Exactly.
Because if your husband doesn't feel comfortable with something, you can't say, "Oh, but that's how my friend and I have always been."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess when you first get married, you do have to create the boundaries of what your relationship is going to be like. You
Exactly.
know what the person. So I guess, but I think sometimes like how you put it in a textbook manner. Sometimes maybe we do it a bit organically. So those boundaries are created without us saying actually the
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
We're not saying
No, it's not as if
but
you'll be like,
don't put your hand on.
Like, don't pull her hair. But it's like on said things, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, so this leads me to I've done the male female.
Mm-hmm.
So I've heard some people say that their husband is their best friend.
Alright, are you
Friend is
sure?
not my best friend.
Yeah, we can have it.
Oh yeah, let's go around the
Let's
table
go
actually.
My husband was not my best friend.
Okay.
Simple. Wasn't my best friend. However, I can to an extent see where some people might be coming from when they say that.
Okay.
Okay.
Please explain.
Because if people have if two people have come up in a way that they literally spend all their time together. I mean, they have friends, but they spend better part of their time together, and anything and everything is gist. The other person doesn't see it as a waste of my time. I don't want to hear that.
Or really, you don't need to know.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Because there's some things that my husband doesn't need to know.
I know, yeah, but then there's some people that
they
feel
about
they
everything.
just about everything. Nothing is like I don't need to know.
Neither
Yeah.
is
So
sacred,
they might be in the living room, they might be in their bedroom,
Yeah.
everything is gist, and
Yeah.
they're both quite interested in what the other person has to say. So I think in that regards, they
Yeah.
could be best friends,
Yeah.
but then there could be the majority will be where men are not. I don't need to know that, and you two know that. So you keep your gist yourself. You go and find your girlfriends.
Yeah.
And I want to hear all the nitty details. But some men
Yeah.
are like that. They want to hear the nitty details. So
True.
I think there might be places like that where a couple can be best friends.
Or do you think
That's
it's a
a good
cliche
point, actually.
statement?
Sometimes, most
I
more
think that's what it is.
More
More
often.
often. My mom and my dad.
Well,
they
yeah,
actually-
Actually, your mom and dad are an
they're
exception.
best friends.
Okay?
And
They're
it's
not
not from what you said about
Yeah.
this gist partner
Yeah.
kind of. Like when that person is the one person that you go to, every gist, every aspect of your life,
And the person is interested and is listening.
everything.
And it's not a result because mommy didn't have any friends. That's,
Yeah.
so I
and she
think
focused on her friendship
on
and
her
her husband.
So
and her
I think
husband.
my own question, when you have friends, you have girlfriends, and you're still calling your husband my best friend, that's the one I don't get.
No, I think.
Yeah, but
So maybe you need to explain
So,
that to me.
so your husband is not your best friend, okay?
No,
Your husband is not your best friend.
I'm not in a
Definitely
bad
not.
way. I mean,
And my husband does not. I mean, my husband.
the way Lele put it actually helps me to understand it better, because
Yeah.
sometimes you might feel if everyone's like, oh, but my husband is my best friend, and what you said, you spend a lot of time together, but is he interested in all the
Nitty-gritty.
nitty-gritty details that
If he's not, then he's not
make
your best
up-
friend.
Yeah,
The other
I
people
mean-
that will sit down there, they want to hear everything. Like, remember, I was getting dressed this morning. I saw that lump in my tummy, or I saw that my girl, you're looking good. I like your body. Somebody that's like, I don't want to hear all that.
Yeah.
But somebody else would actually be interested. And really, okay, and they talk about it, and yeah, in that way you can say they're best friends. But I think, to be honest, a lot of people that throw that thing about, are they really your best friend?
Look, my husband is
Oh,
not
I mean,
my best friend.
let me ask you: is your husband your best friend?
He's not my best friend, and he doesn't want to be my best friend.
Chinese wants to be my best friend, and I won't even want Chinese to be my best friend. I want Chinese to have his friend, where his male friend, that they can have this that is outside of me that I don't want to know about. That is between him and his friend.
And I think also for me, part of this thing is, whilst I understand that we're Christians, so I understand this thing of two become one, and you know what I mean. I still feel that in that we need to be individuals, and I think sometimes in that best friend thing, where you are, it's not. I'm not saying best friends are not individuals, but especially when you're already in a marriage, and then you are best friends, where at
Me
what
say
point
two becoming one is different from
yes, it's different from
being my best friend.
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
let me give an example now. I've known maybe my longest friends, maybe Shola or Elena. I've known them for 40 years old. Those guys are my best friends. You guys are my best friends. So, okay, let me say Elena that I've known for longer. Elena is my best friend. I met Tunde after Elena. So, where does that place Elena now? If I'm saying Tunde is my best friend, do you get what I'm
Apart
saying?
from that, I think it's really important to have somebody you can talk to about your husband.
Absolutely.
Like,
Not necessarily talk to you,
complain.
but
It's not It's not.
And then I think it's like understanding the roles that the person is playing in your life. So my husband is playing a different role from the role my friend will play, from the role my sisters play. And if I start blurring the lines and making that my husband the be it and end all of all those roles, even I don't think God wants that in terms of two becoming one. Because two become one, but then you still need to have your Other
Every,
relationships.
Yeah, I'm sure that. Well, I don't know. I think you can still have a spouse as your best friend. That's not saying you don't have other friends or you
Okay,
don't have,
yeah.
You can still have a female best friend.
And still have your
I don't
spouse
think
as your
you
best
really need
friend.
to have just one best friend.
Well,
That's
even another.
That's another.
Yeah, but when you are not five,
I know,
Exactly.
but the thing is, there is the word best friend. Saying my husband is my husband. You understand? He's my lover.
And I think you
My
should be
husband is my lover, but not necessarily my best friend. I mean, he's the closest person to me.
Yeah.
If I wake up in the morning, he's person. He'll be the person that will call.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that he's my best friend. Do you understand what I'm saying?
because he's your husband.
Okay,
my husband, that's who he is
what
to
do
me.
you- Okay,
How do you define a best
how do you define a best friend then?
What's a best friend to you?
A person, someone that can talk about everything and anything with me. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm on the phone to Daily now, and I'll put the phone down, and Tunde will not ask me, who are you talking with? He doesn't want to know. If he's watching football,
He's watching
he doesn't.
football.
If I can be talking to you for an hour, and you won't know that Tunde is in the same room with me. You won't. I'm telling you, you won't know because he's not interested. And if I put the
And
phone
it's not
down,
like it's not like you are coding your
no,
at all.
and maybe I'm even
Yeah.
saying, oh my show, sorry, really, are you serious? He won't say what happened. Is everything okay? Do you understand? Because he believes that that's my time with
your
my
area.
friend, and I don't need to know. If I now want to talk to him about it, he will listen. But he respects that, and likewise, with him, when he's on his phone with his friends, I don't want to say, who are you talking to? What did you say? Because do you understand what I'm saying? But if he wants to tell me,
That's fine.
but that doesn't mean that we're not close. Saying that I can also talk about I can talk to Tunde about everything and anything as well. Do you understand what I'm saying?
So that we don't misunderstand.
So we don't so maybe it's the best friend that she talks to more than she talks to,
Okay, so using that example, then doesn't that then make him your best friend or one of your best friends?
Oh, Tunde. Tunde is my lover. He's not my best friend. I keep saying that.
This lover,
Because you see, this is the other thing.
why can your lover not be your best friend?
I don't know. I think I don't know. I don't see Tunde.
No,
But
I
I
know what
think
you
also
mean.
what it's not so much why can't your lover be your best friend, it's your best friend can't be your lover. That's what it is.
Yes.
Because her best friend, do you understand?
Okay.
Yes.
So it's not that your lover can't be your best friend. Your best friend
cannot be your
lover. By
lover.
the time you're saying that your best friend, then that type of loving relationship.
And
Yes.
maybe your husband is a combined lover and best friend in one. And you can't get that anyway.
Probably. I know if you say today, is Shadow your best friend, you probably say, with all the stuff that she has around her. Tunde will say like, with Tunika, Elina, she has those of best friend, I'm not her best friend.
I'm sure he will say that.
You already said that.
I'm not even his best friend, and I don't want to be his best friend.
Yeah, I do. I just find that thing. I like the way Dele described it, and I have a friend who.
And I don't think it's healthy. Try to cut you off. I don't think it's healthy to say my husband is my best friend. You need a life outside of your
Yeah,
husband.
but because it's a boyfriend doesn't mean you don't have a life outside.
No, but there's some
But
women
a
that
lot of the time, in
When
those
they say
situations,
situations.
If it's like that, then that's unhealthy. But I don't think that
Very
it's
unhealthy.
It's not impossible to have your husband as your best friend and still have
And
other
still have
friends.
yeah.
And still good friends, even best friends.
And
I think so. I personally think so. Though. I mean, it's not that my husband was.
Yeah.
We're not best
Yeah.
friends. But I think maybe it's just my head in my Sweet 16 kind of books I'm still operating in, but I think so.
Yeah, I agree. Because my mom and dad, I mean, obviously, my mom put all her energy into having my dad.
Okay,
as
so let me
her
ask you a
best
question
friend.
about that because your mom and dad were definitely best friends.
Yeah.
Do you think that was that? You know how I said one of my friends that her husband slowly and surely cut off all her male
Oh,
friends.
yeah,
Or
yeah.
Do you think that your father, consciously or not, had something to do with that, or do you think that was all your mother? Because sometimes it is us that
Put in that situation actually.
where
Because
the-
I don't know actually.
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because sometimes
I
it's
don't
us, we're trying to be good wives, so we
Yeah,
cut off
for everyone.
But sometimes it's them that, and I think, it's always
She
interesting.
had, the interesting thing is she had a lot of friends a while back, and then I think slowly and
As they got
gradually
older, maybe.
they just kind of, left everybody behind and
I like that. Left everybody. It's just myself and my hobby, and that's it.
myself and my own.
And there's something,
And
there's
see,
something really
it's so
beautiful
funny.
about that, but there's something really
But let me
scary
now say,
about
even
that.
with Joke's experience as well, even before, even with Joke's mom and dad, Joke's that comes up before Joke and her siblings. Abi?
So
Yeah.
Jokes what?
Joke's dad.
Yeah,
And that was
First.
priority.
Priority.
Oh yeah,
Even-
but that was like my parents.
yeah,
Yeah.
but
That's
we
exactly
were
my
like
parents. Yeah.
after.
After.
Yeah.
But isn't that how it's supposed to be now?
No, but
I mean, when you are still young children, then
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
But once
Yeah.
you have grown up,
Grown up,
Well,
yeah.
fair enough, yeah.
You know
But
what
you
I
should
mean?
still build a relationship with you.
Oh, I'm not talking
Yeah.
about. No, you
Yeah,
should build a
yeah,
relationship. I
yeah.
thought you just meant in terms of priority and.
Yeah, but in terms of priority, yeah, I agree. Like, it
yeah,
should
because
be.
even my mom, I never knew my mom with any friends. I never knew my mom to have any friends growing up. It was just she and her husband.
Really?
Yeah, but then now when she tells me my friend, I say you have a friend.
So does your mom have friends?
Oh, yeah, my mom. Yeah, it's my.
You remember Shade's mom 17?
Ah,
The
yeah,
amount of
friends,
people that
yeah.
were giving
Yeah.
testimony.
So I guess it maybe just depends on character.
Yeah.
I think it depends on
Yeah.
personality.
Yeah.
And some people marry people that are. I don't want to use the word needy because that sounds wrong.
Yeah.
But
No,
you know who you marry because that's what you need, and then that person fulfills that desire. You don't really want anybody else.
Yeah.
You just want it to be you and that person. So, and it works for some people.
Okay.
Very, very interesting.
Very interesting conversation.
So what's the conclusion then? Can your husband be your best friend?
Well, I
According
guess
to Dele, yes,
guess.
and I agree.
I reluctantly have to say
Depending on
if you are
personality.
using Dele's
Dele's
definition,
definition, yes.
potentially.
Depending on
Potentially.
personality.
But I still think that even in your definition, you're saying there should be other friends. I think maybe what really annoys me about that statement is that every time I hear it, and the people that I hear say it are implying that
Nobody.
Nobody.
and I have a problem with that.
Same
because I
here.
feel like that
Same
is
here.
so unhealthy.
Yes.
Same
But
here.
using your definition, I think I can accept that potentially.
Yeah.
Wale is not my best friend. I'm
Yeah.
not sure he will ever be my best friend.
Yeah.
But good luck to all those whose spouses are their best friends.
And I think I
Yeah.
totally agree with you. Tunde will not want to be my best friend. Because you want to listen to all my gist anyway.
Yeah.
So
But I think it does again, like we said, come down to what the definition of best friend is, how
Yes.
you see, you know what I mean? Because for me, when I think best friend, I haven't had a best friend since I was 10.
Yeah.
But I have many
many
friends.
friends. And that is
Yes.
it.
Yes.
Thank
So
you.
I
Yeah.
can pick one person out.
I say that's
Say this is my best friend.
I've got friends I've known, like I was saying, what people say Maury is my best friend. I said Maury is not necessarily my
Best
best
friend,
friend. My
oldest
oldest
friend, yes.
longest friend. But I've got so many other friends that
Yeah.
along the way I've come along,
Yeah.
and there might be things that I'm closer to them in or with
Yes.
than with Maureen. You know, so it's different.
Yeah.
That's so true actually. So I've known them longer, but not
Yeah.
necessarily my best friend. Yes.
And I think there's also something about it. So funny because I was at an event last night where there were lots of people from my childhood, and we were just saying how there's something about your childhood friends.
Yeah.
That because they accepted you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You
They-
as
yes.
you were.
From
So there's
when-
almost like a safety
Yes.
in them. That
Yes.
even if you're not best friends, like close,
Yeah.
you will never lose that bond.
Please,
Because
that Shola that I mean we've been friends since I was 6. She said to me she knew when I used to wear pants. Panties, no underwear, nothing, and
And that's,
Yeah.
I mean,
that's
I don't talk to Shola every day. Maybe
Yeah.
we talk maybe once a month. You understand? But obviously she's my longest friend.
But it's funny because even like with reconnecting with people in my class, because like we have a class WhatsApp group, and we reconnect even with the guys.
Yeah.
There's sometimes it's awkward with guys, especially when you. But it's like these people saw me when I stained my dress in
Exactly.
school.
Yeah.
Saw me with
There's
my
no
first
big deal.
day when my
Yeah.
breasts were broken. You know what I mean? It's not that. You know what I mean? Obviously, at that point, it was embarrassing.
Yeah.
and it
Yes.
was whatnot.
Yes.
But now it's like I mean,
Yeah.
we've seen her through these things.
Yeah.
What's the big deal? So it's like we just slot back into So
And I'm just thinking, sorry to
Yeah, no, go
digress again, or to go back to what we're saying. You and I, we sort of concluded that our husbands are not our best friends.
Yeah.
So do you think it's because Wale and Tunde's personality? So they've sort of
But my
accepted.
husband is not my
Like I
best
said,
friend.
This was not best friend either.
Okay.
if all four of us said that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, my
Well, are
husband
you
is
saying
not
that
my
today
best friend.
Wale's personality is similar and different to Boyga's?
I think so.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Wait, guys'
Yeah.
personality is different.
It's different,
But
yeah.
even Wale's personality is
Different
different
from Tunde's
personality, and
Yeah.
Kulo is.
Yeah.
I think they're all different, but I think it's not only their personality, but it's also our personality.
Yes. Personality,
Exactly.
yeah.
Yes.
Because Boyega is not my best friend. One is based on what you said. Boyega
Yeah.
doesn't want to be hearing gossip
Yeah.
about You know, I remember when we first got married, and I'll be like, what do you think? When I found out that he's not interested in all these conversations that are going, okay, so now we know where we stand. So it was based on that as well. He doesn't want to hear those kind of things.
I'm even thinking, because I know of a friend that, her husband is her best friend, and I think it's because her husband is very needy. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So really,
because I was actually going to say that even though they're different personalities, all
they're
four
not
of our
needy.
husbands,
they're not needy.
Okay,
They're very
Yeah,
okay.
they're
Very okay.
Yeah.
Sade is hanging out with her friends today. Today I'm meeting with Delia and Tinika. That's it.
So I don't think so. Maybe if you're right, maybe if the husband is of a different character in the sense that he really needs.
What if it's the woman that is needy?
No, the same thing.
Same thing now.
Because
Because don't let's take it for granted that not every man is comfortable with this kind of meeting. Why are you going to meet your girlfriends? Do you understand? Most men will object.
And I have some friends where I see that there's certain friends, we female friends that were authorized.
Thank you. So the other don't even accept all their friends.
Yes, but you are authorized, so she can hang out with you guys, so she can so there's somewhere they sort of be subconsciously vetted, or and then those ones are okay. They're not going to leave my wife as
That's okay.
At this age.
At any age.
But the thing is, it hasn't started at this age.
It did start. It started from
the norm.
The norm,
So so it's cool. Okay, ladies, I think we've exhausted. Well, we haven't. We could go on forever.
Of course.
On that one of friendship. But Chade, you had some things you wanted to share with us.
I forgot it. I saw this quote on someone's Insta.
Oh,
you did?
It's from the Bible.
What did I say? What did I say?
So you know yours.
What did I say?
Please let her go with her first.
No,
Your friends are 6 brothers and a brother. You're not even to quote for us.
I saw this quote on someone's Insta story, and obviously because we hang out together quite a lot, and each time we've hung out, we all leave thinking, that was a nice outing, So and I think the quote said, friends dates are so therapeutic for me. I just love sitting, eating, drinking, and talking with my friends. And I absolutely love it. And that's how I feel when I hang out with you guys and I get to,
It is therapeutic.
It is therapeutic,
And I think also, it's because you guys are very authentic.
Yeah.
Thanks. We'll try.
So you can be yourself, and you guys will tell me off. I will say remember when I came in. Another Zoom about dressing. We'll do that one later. But I think it's therapeutic because you can be yourself. So you can go somewhere where you can just be yourself. You can just let it all rip, and then I think that's very therapeutic.
I mean, I personally, as much as I say I don't like women, and I've said this thing that women's wahala is plenty.
You need to start liking women.
That's it. I know.
You know what I mean?
But I do feel, and I was saying this to you as well, for people that don't have a girl friendship group,
they're missing out.
I'm like, you need to get one. You need to, because the strength that you get from your friendship group, your female friendship. I mean, I know we get strength from the male ones too, but
It's different.
female was a different sort of power.
The chat that goes on that our WhatsApp group.
There's nothing that we don't. You remember? You remember the conversation you weren't even on that WhatsApp. It was about you when you didn't want us to do something. You thought it would be insensitive, and then it's like giving a different point of view and how it just makes people see things different because we're all different.
And exactly.
And I guess you're right. We're honest.
Yeah.
Which makes a huge
that
difference.
goes a long way because there are friendship groups that I have that I'm not honest. Totally.
Oh, you can't be yourself.
Yeah, but they still fulfill a need.
You need,
So there's nothing wrong with that. You have different types of friends, so they fulfill a need. But it's always important to have somewhere where you can just be totally honest.
Yeah. So
but there's another quote as well. That's what I found. It says, "Friends are soulmates too."
Yeah.
There is so much love in friendship, and there is. And just like you said, for those that don't have friends, there is so much love in friendship.
Please, if you are a woman and we do not have a female friendship group, maybe you should DM us, because you need a female friendship group. It does something completely. The men can't do it. They can't do it. And let's face the fact. God gave us a capacity that's completely different from men. So there's something we can give as women that a man can never give you. Sure. So
and guess what? Guess who brought us together? It was Tunde now.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes, Tunde's party.
Yeah, I was thinking this party. Yeah, because obviously we're all friends, you know.
Yeah. Plan something together.
Yeah, that's true.
And then we said, you've got something in common.
Shall I don't give up your day job?
No.
Thank you, ladies. I hope you'll be back to Zasaa Zooms In.
We'll be
Think
back.
about something exciting to talk about next time.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite child?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good one to talk about.
See you
I'm a
next
favorite
time.
child.
Okay, now I'm sure you know that we were literally just scraping the surface, because friendship is such a huge topic. We could have gone on for hours and we could have gone much deeper. We did touch on friendship, male and female friendships. Is it possible to actually have a platonic friendship, male and female? Because I hear it all the time that a man and a woman cannot be friends. It's not possible. One of them must fancy the other. But we spoke about that. We also spoke about whether or not your spouse can be your best friend or should be your best friend. Dede brought an argument that made me kind of put my hands up. I'm still not there, but she made some valid points. I don't know what you guys think, whether you think that men and women can be friends, or whether you think that you should be best friends with your spouse or not. But let us know what you think. I'd love to hear from you. God bless you.